Okay, here we go. This is the Dell AT101. The top part, the top of the case has been removed. When you remove it, take care of the notches of the plastic bits that go in the notches here and here, because you don't want to damage that part. Just unscrew the screws that are there and you set. As you can see, these are Alps Black. These are non-clicky but tactile switches. As I said before, I don't like these, so I'm gonna mod them to the new Matias Quiet switches. As you can see, I already did part of this. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna show you how I desolder and do the swap. All right. Okay. Here we go. My soldering iron is at 400 degrees. I'm gonna desolder these two bits here. I have my desolder pump ready, and it's armed now. Little button here to press. I put the iron on the little solder pad, and I suck away the solder. As you can see, the Dell has they bent the pins for the switches, and that makes it a bit more complicated to swap them, because if you would now want to pull them out, you're pulling pieces of the PCB wiring as well. So for this to work, I'm doing this, and that's all. And that's the reason why I'm using the beak shape pincer. So I heat it up a little bit. I'm doing this one as well, just a little bit, and put the pins straight so I can easily remove them. So this is why I use this. I don't know, maybe you have a different method, but if you don't properly do this, you'll gonna mess up the connection with the switch and the PCB. So yeah, let's get to the next part. So I just desoldered two switches, these two, and what I'm going to do now is use these pincers to carefully extract them. I'm gonna take them and wiggle left to right, and if all goes well, we'll have this is difficult. I'm using one hand to film and the other to pinch. There we go. One extracted. Don't worry to damage the switch, because I'm not gonna use them. Here we go. We got two of these. So what I do then is get my little new Matias Quiet switch, just put it in. Here we go. There we go. And it's in. So I'm gonna do the whole board, and then I'm gonna show you how I solder these. Yes, you also need to know how to remove the special keys, like the shift key, the space bar, and the enter key, for instance. They have stabilizers inside, and you need to know how to reinsert them. So first you have to get them removed. They are very difficult to remove. But anyway, what you have is the stabilizer itself, and the inside with this is the shift key. If you look at the metal plate, there are two little inserts here, plastic ones, This then comes, you click it in after you've done the conversion. It's better to remove all the other keys, and then you can more easily insert the stabilizer inside the two inserts there. And let me just do that. It's difficult to do this with holding the camera, and no, I'm gonna put it there. There we go. I'm also gonna remove these. Alps are sometimes very hard to remove the keycaps. I already removed the solder from the other side, so this came off. That would not happen if it was soldered, so don't worry. What I have here now is this, so I use this to click this in. Oh, there goes the camera. Tick tick, it said. And there's two. You just when you look at it, you'll see how to insert it, because you basically just shift it. That's nice. Shift key, shift it on the rod, and then you just press it, and it's in. So, but that is for the shift key, the enter key, and some other keys. You have this mechanism. For the spacebar, it's a little different. The spacebar doesn't have it like I showed you now. It has it's a bit more difficult. Oh no, it's the same. Okay, I had my Silicon Graphics. It was a bit different. As you can see, there are two of these inserts where this and this fit in, and I see it's the same mechanism. So you just put that in inside the insert like that, and you can just slide. Yeah, you can figure it out. It's not that difficult anymore. So this is how you reinsert the special keys. So, alright, the removal of the keycaps themselves. I use this. I think it's one of the better ones to remove this. And you can also use two screwdrivers, but that's a lot more work. So what I do is I hold the keyboard and and this is my normal speed doing this. Notice one of the keys came off, but that's because I desoldered the back of them, so that should not happen. This one here should not happen on soldered caps. Soldered switches. Okay, this is how you do the decapping. All right, here you can see me straightening the pins of the Alps black. This is very important. That's why I made this also this little piece of video. What I do is I put the soldering iron inside the pin, inside the little hole that should be there after you have removed the solder, and I do this. So I make sure the pin is loose, is not attached to the PCB, and then I use the little pincer to straighten it. This is very important. If you don't do this properly, you'll mess up your connection with the PCB, with the Matias switches. So it's not bad if the connection is broken. You can always fix it, but it's a lot of work to manually fix connections afterwards. So okay, so do this and you'll be fine. Okay, here we have all the switches removed. I should point out though that there is another way of removing the switches without them being broken like that, because sometimes they just crack when you do it in the way I just described. What you can also do is first desolder them all and then carefully peel the metal from the PCB. The reason I didn't do that is that you risk cracking the PCB, and I'd rather risk cracking the switch than the PCB, because the PCB needs to function properly. So like I said, you can also then peel off the, after you have desoldered them and straightened the pins, you can just peel this off, and you can then pop them out with your thumb. You can pop them out from the metal base here, and they will stay intact. But okay, with the pincer, pincer method, you get the risk of faulty, well, destroyed switches. And like I said, I don't care. They're Alps black. They're my least favorite Alps, so I just throw them away. I'm gonna use this, what I have now, this material, and I'm gonna put in all the switches, and then I'm gonna show you how I solder them. So there we go. I inserted all the Matias switches, and I'm going to turn it around. As you can see, some of these have little problem areas. This one here, as you can see, the little pad came off. Some of these have this problem. It could connect, it could affect connectivity, but I'm gonna check that. So first I'm gonna solder them all, then I'm gonna check on the computer which keys don't function properly, and then I'm gonna trace it back to the PCB, and then I'll know what and how to fix. Right, first show you how to solder them. Alright, here we go. First I'm gonna solder top one. Don't breathe in the smoke. I think you just can see here. This is better. So I keep the PCB pressed to the metal plate. For this corner, that's the most important one. This should be very snug. So I just put my iron there and let it there we go. And don't breathe in the fumes, like I said. What I do is I inhale and keep my breath in until it's done, and then I exhale and get rid of the fumes with my exhale. It's a little trick, but yeah, you need, yeah, it's not a very nice material, this soldering stuff. So I do another one. I think it's properly in now. I can feel 2 pins, that's okay. I hold it on one side and I just wait till it heats up, and then yeah, there we go. There we go. Another one. Wait a while till it heats up. Okay, I did 2. So now I'm gonna do all of them, and then I'm gonna check if it functions, and we'll see from there what we need to do. Okay, I got 2 problems here. One of them is this one here. it doesn't connect to this pad, so I have to manually correct that. And here's another one, that one of the pins didn't come through the PCB, so I have to desolder this one again, check the switch and put it in. So always check if you have if the 2 pins coming out of the PCB. So this one doesn't have a pin on the left side, so something went wrong there. So I'm gonna fix that. Okay, here we have the switch that didn't go in properly. As you can see, there's a bent pin. So I'm gonna straighten it, put it in again, and continue my work. Alright, what I have here is a volt, well, a multimeter, and I'm using the ohm setting with a little speaker at the top. Little speaker symbol, sound symbol, I should say, and that makes that makes it possible for me to have a when I connect these two, so then I know there's a connection. Well, why do I do this? Because here, this problem here, I check there's a wire going from there to there, so this should be connected according to the PCB. And when I attach my leads to it, I don't hear a beep, so this is not connected to that. So I'm gonna fix it, and I'm gonna show you how I do that. Okay, here I'll show you how I'm gonna fix that little problem I have here. I decided to attach it, to use a well, a little wire like that. I cut that off from my wire roll. I used this little thing here to cut it, and now I'm gonna use that nifty little back. Doesn't always work. Nah, I found out that you need to do this slowly. If you do it quickly, it slips. You need to really do it slowly, and then this comes out. I turn. Well, these are little wires inside, so I need to make them not like this. So I turn the wire while I'm holding the metal with my index finger and thumb, so it's neatly like that. It's too long for this precisional work, so I just cut it to length. Here we go. So now I've got my little bug fix wire. What I do then, I'll attach it to try and attach it. So I hope still viewable, but there's it. Yeah, it's attached, but I don't like the way it looks. It looks really strange. I think the pad on the PCB is completely off. I don't know. Maybe some more solder. Now it's off again. Oh, this. Yeah, the wire heats up when you do this. So when I trace the PCB, it's also this needs to be connected to several pads. I'm gonna do this one now. I'm gonna solder the switch, so I've got something for the bug fix wire to attach to. There we go. And now, yeah, this is a bit difficult with the camera, but it should be attached to this one here. So here we go. And here's my little bug fix. I'm gonna check it if it works. So I've got my little beeper here. This one should be connected to, yes, it beeps. It beeps. It beeps. It should not be connected to the no shortage. I mean short, not shortage, short. There's no short between the two pins here. That's also good. So I think I fixed this problem. We're gonna find out when we test it. Okay, I'm gonna do the rest of the soldering. The moment of truth. I soldered all switches. I only had to do one bug fix, I think. I had two switches that were not inserted properly, so one of the pins didn't stick out of the PCB, and I fixed that. And all in all, yeah, this is the result. I'm going to connect it now to my Mac and check what keys work and which one don't work. Okay, here we go. I started the keyboard viewer on my Mac. Every Mac has this little program. I use it to check if my keys register properly. So I'm gonna start, and this is okay, okay. Okay, that looks good. Still good. Yeah, I think it's okay. Yeah, these two register as a, yeah, that's because it has a Windows key, so that's why this happens. Anyway, my I'm pretty yeah, I'm glad it worked straight away, so that's good. Now I'm gonna assemble it to get myself a complete keyboard. And here it is. I'm using Soros protocol converter to connect this keyboard, the Dell. I got a Dell 8102 case instead of the 8101. I put double shot keycaps on. And I've got my special novelty Mrinterface keycap with an adapter attached to, it's a Cherry MX stem keycap, and it fits on the, I'll take it out, you can see it's a little adapter I'm developing at the moment. It's still not perfect, but it's getting there. So I can just use these Cherry keycaps on a Alps switch. So I hope you like this little tutorial. I think Matias and his new switches, they really opened up a lot of possibilities. for instance, modding a keyboard like this, I mean, you can get a Dell almost for nothing. They are that common and that cheap, and you can just get the switches for what, 25 euros, and all in all a bit of material there and here, and you get a very decent mechanical keyboard with the latest quiet switches for, well, it should be doable for under 50 euros. So I think that's excellent. I really like Matias for providing these switches to the community, so we can build stuff like this. So that was the end of the tutorial. I hope you like it. Leave your comments on the video on YouTube or on deskauthority.net. It's gonna be posted there in the workshop area. And yeah, I like to hear more from you people, how you what you think of the video. And I'm always trying to improve the quality of my videos and tutorials. So don't be scared. Just if you think I can improve on stuff, please let me know. All right. I hope you liked the video. Careful in opening it. It should be doable. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna clean the metal before that upper part goes in. I mean, fuck. Till it. Oh, I did. I didn't have it on. Okay, so I have to redo this. The melted metal. That's not right. If you've come this far in the video, then I guess you can. Why am I saying this? I don't need to tell this.